What is going on, guys? And good morning or good afternoon, depending on what time you're tuning in to this recording, to this video. My name is Felix and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I talk about personal finance, credit, and ultimately different ways that we can build income streams while I do it for myself as well. So sharing my experience, being super transparent, honest about it. This is what the entire channel is about, right? So today's topic, $50 million by just putting in 10 to 11 years of work through active income. In order to achieve that net worth, I will show you on my computer how I break it down, how I set financial targets for myself, and how I'm going to do it. So let's head into the computer right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now we are doing a screen share on my computer on a PowerPoint that I created 10 minutes before this recording. Awesome. So in order to achieve any goals, we have to follow the SMART goal framework. What is the SMART goal framework, you may ask? Good question, by the way. It is basically broken down into 5 different parts, which is S stands for specific. You have to be extremely clear and specific with the goal that you're trying to hit. Breaking that down and then chunking that down is extremely important to make it more realistic and achievable. It's measurable so you can see on a timeline how sufficient it gets, and if you're rather you're on track or not. That is how you can measure it. There are KPIs that you can put in place with all goals that you're trying to hit. Is it actionable? Are you able to take action to achieve this goal? Actionable goals ensure that the steps to get there are within your control. Are you being realistic? Now, before this video, you guys might be like, $50 million net worth? Felix, goddamn, you're a troll. That would never happen. Honestly, when I break it down to you, you can see how realistic those little steps adding to that target of mine, anybody can do it, honestly. Alright, so I'll break it down, and that's the whole point of the video, and then time-bound a data that helps us stay focused and motivated, inspiring us to provide something to work towards. Okay, cool. So with that being said, I broke that down into a little bit more in the context of hitting your net worth goals, right? So your financial target, that is your net worth, reverse engineering that, breaking it down into chunks, into actionable steps that you can take, making sure you're consistent every single day. You're working towards hitting those following small goals that would lead up to compounding over time. And compound interest is basically the 8th wonder of the world. Without it, you're a nobody. Okay, cool. So now let's break it down a little bit further. Number 1, set your financial net worth goal. For me personally, I want to hit $50 million by the age of 70. Right now, a lot of people think that's going to be tough, but I'll show you how compound interest work within this whole goal setting and why it's so realistic and achievable for anybody that's watching this video right now. Now we try to reverse engineering it. Okay, with the $50 million net worth, how much money do I need to save in order to even hit that goal? And then breaking down a little bit further, how much yearly, how much I have to make monthly, how much weekly, and how much on a daily basis, and then cope with the action and consistency in order to hit those dollar amount using compound interest as well as the different active income streams that you may have. And then you want to evaluate and every 6 months for any changes that would need to be made in order to hit that target, right? Cool. Number 1, again, net worth $50 million by age 70. Again, I'm adding a little bit more details into this. I am currently the age of 24, and honestly, I don't want to work until age 70. So what I'm planning to do is, this is a goal for myself, everybody's different as well, but in 11 years, I want to make sure the active income that I made would ultimately, be put into investment where I don't have to do anything and retire in the next 11 years and let compound interest do its thing. And let me break it down to you on a present value calculator, okay? So for example, this is whatever net worth or net worth financial targets that you have, you would input the number here. So for example, for me, I'm trying to hit 50 million. 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and how many years? So if I'm going to be working for the next 11 years, generating income through active income. I'm going to be actively working in order to make money, right? I'm going to work for 11 years. That's going to put me at the age of 35. Now, if I'm trying to, hit my target by the age of 70, I would do 70 minus 35, which would give me 35 years of not doing anything and just letting my money work for me, right? And then the discount rate is pretty much the annual percentage return that you get based on what you're investing in. And the number one thing that a lot of you guys probably know is the S&P 500 index funds with Vanguard or with Charles Schwab, TD Ameritrade, that can get you to that point, right? Historically, for the past 50 years, it's been yielding at least a minimum of 9.6. And I don't want to keep it complicated. A lot of you guys might argue with me that, you have to factor in inflation, you have to factor in like market fluctuation, market cycle and whatnot. But let's keep it simple. Let's just say at average a minimum of how much? 9.6%, right? And then all you have to do, hit calculate, and then this is the present value that you have to save. What that means is pretty much in that 11 years that I'm going to be working, I need to save up a minimum of 2.21 million so I can hit my $50 million net worth goal by the age of 70. So now I would take this and then I would head over to the compound interest calculator, right? So all you guys have to do is go to investor.gov-in-compound interest calculator, input the present value that you would need to save up, which for me is 2.021,159.60, I believe. Okay, perfect. And then I'm not going to make any monthly contribution. I'm just going to save up enough and then allocate that into an index fund that is yielding me a 9.6% return. So no monthly contribution. And obviously we're thinking like the most minimum of what our net worth is, right? Obviously you might be contributing after you retire still, right? So you can add to how much your initial investment can compound over time too. But let's just say you don't want to put anything else, all the hard-earned money, all the savings that you have, you just slap it onto an index fund, 0. And then again, I'm gonna let it sit for 35 years. Interest rate, I'm gonna be yielding another 9.6 because I'm just gonna be leaving it into an index fund, and then you hit calculate. Bam, bam! 49,999,999,095 cents. Okay, so I'm off by 1 cent. So replace that, hit calculate. There you go. Now in 35 years, after I retire at the age of 35, I'm gonna have a net worth of $50 million. Cool. Okay, so now you guys understand that I pretty much put it into a statement. In order for me to hit $50 million net worth by the age of 70, if I actively work starting today at the age of 24 till the age of 35, an 11-year time span, I would need to save and invest $2.021 million at a 9.6% interest. And now let's break that down a little bit more. In the 11 years of that amount that I have to save, per year, I only need to make $183,741. Breaking that down by month, $15,311.81 per month. For each week, it's going to be roughly $4,000, and then per day is only $550. Right? Now, when I break it down, like that $50 million target doesn't seem too hard to hit, honestly. Like, there are days that I've been doing like 3 to 5K in revenue for the company. So hitting $500 per day or $550 per day is honestly not hard, guys, right? So keep that in mind. The whole purpose of this this exercise is to really see in a full picture why it's not that hard to hit big targets for yourself. Cool. So now that means in the next 11 years, I have to make $550 per day to hit my savings target, and then 35 years, 35 years of doing nothing to hit my financial target, which is $50 million net worth. And then what I do is now I break it down a little bit more, right? I have to put in actions. I have to put in consistency. What am I good at? What type of consistent results am I seeing that's already making me money? And how do we just build upon that, right? So I listed 3. You can list 3 to 5 things that you're good at that's already generating you income, and then just scale and focus on working towards that and having a bigger number to achieve, right? So for example, I really love trading, whether it's crypto, whether it's stocks, options. If I only make $150 per day, I can generate a $3,200 in net income every single month. For my coaching program, for example, I can sell one coaching program at a price point of 2.5K, and that would yield me $20,000 per month. And then if I have an e-com store as well, that's netting me $100 per day, which is extremely easy. That is $3,000 per month. As you can see, just off one of this income stream, I already exceeded my monthly target of what I have to hit in order to hit my goal, right? But I like to add a little bit of, room just in case. Obviously, we're humans, we have expenses. So whatever extra money that I make on the side, that can be towards like my rent, my going out, bottle service, yay, and whatnot, right? So the goal of this is to really take consistent action, plan out each month, your weeks and your days, and execute. Make sure you work. And work is great, more work is better, but lots of work is even better than that. If you get a whole bunch of people working together, you can actually accomplish something great. So this is where you come in with building a team, with hiring employees, with building different system automation to really help scale those different income streams to the next level. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoy this video. Hope you guys love the breakdown that I did. Make sure to use this exercise and the tools for yourself. Really set those financial targets, because when I did it, it actually seems a lot more realistic than just looking at it as a far distant $50 million. Like, how the fuck am I ever gonna hit that, right? So make sure to do it on your end. Let me know if you have any questions, and last but not least, subscribe and like the channel. I'll see you in the next video.